Well, most of us spend years taking care of our careers, our families, and everyone around us. But very few people spend time protecting their future health. What if feeling better, staying active, and extending your quality of life started long before disease or pain even showed up? Today, we're talking about the future of health and longevity with White Glove Wellness, and CEO Mike Cantrell is here, along with local director, Dr. Andréa Mosca. Great to see you both. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Mike, I want to start with you because we have to talk about this longevity movement, this health, longevity, wellness. Why is this happening now? Why is it just really exploding right now?
Oh, well, everybody's living a lot longer nowadays. So people are starting to think about the next 10, 20, 30 years and what they can do to live a life of vitality versus just a longer life. So I think that's why there's so much attention right now.
Right, and our expectations, we're saying, okay, I'm living like this now. I want to still feel this way. I still want to be able to do all these things X amount of years from now, where I need the quality. And so it starts with really being proactive with your health care. What are some of the best ways you can be proactive, and why is it important to do that instead of reactive to a health situation?
Well, we don't want to wait until the wheels fall off before we start doing something, right? So nowadays, people notice that they might have low energy, or they might have trouble sleeping, or maybe they've got some stiffness and pain. And so these are signals that lets you know that you're not just aging, but something might be wrong. And so that's what we're going to try and figure out is, what can we do to fix it?
Sure. And so I know, doctor, with your patients, what you want to do is do sort of like a personal reset with them. What does that look like? How do you treat them in that way? How do you help them?
Well, I think a lot of people don't realize that 80% of chronic disease stems from inflammation. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do blood work. We're going to dive into those inflammatory panels, those hormonal markers, and then go even further than that with whole body health, because I think we forget too that everything is connected. So how are you sleeping? How's your energy, your nutrition? All of those things are going to help us come up with a strategic plan to kind of counter that inflammation so that you never head down that path of disease.
And it's so important too, because it is the little things that we do every day to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Someone who is singing your praises, we're going to hear from him right now. And of course, you're going to know who it is. This is one of the original Shark Tank guy, Kevin Harrington. Hear what he has to say about White Glove Wellness.
Hi there, I'm Kevin Harrington, and I'm an original shark from the hit show Shark Tank, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I push hard every day. But I have gotten to the point where I'm dealing with stiffness, low energy, brain fog, pain, discomfort, and this was starting to affect how I felt and performed on a daily basis. In fact, I had to do something, and I had to do something quick. I went to White Glove Wellness, and they took a completely personalized, natural approach to helping me optimize my health. Now, I got to tell you, there's been an amazing transformation because I now wake up with more energy, more clarity, less stiffness. Also, I got to say, less discomfort, right? I simply feel better. So I just want to say that if you're not feeling like the best version of yourself, I think it's worth learning more about what they're doing at White Glove Wellness. Thank you.
Oh, there are some nice compliments. I love to see that. That's cool.
Love him.
Fantastic. So he's talking about your services. How would you say, in your own words, what are the most unique ways that you help people? What really sets you apart?
Well, I think what makes us different, first of all, we have multiple locations that you can go to. Just here in Florida, we have 6 different locations that you can visit. But I think what people like most about what we do is our concierge service. So we care a lot about the physiological state that you're in when you receive these services. So our practitioners actually come to your home or come to your work, or even while you're on vacation. So that way we can personalize it, and that way you feel safe in your own environment, and people really enjoy that about what we do.
And you tie that in, like you said, to all the proactive testing, the blood work that you do, and it just is a reminder that we're all so unique as individuals, what we need, what our bodies need. Someone might need their regimen tweaked, and that's what you're doing, that customization. I love it. Okay, we want to share the information, of course, with our viewers so they can find out more. So there you see it, White Glove Wellness. And I love this. You want to get a free consultation, you can get one with Dr. Andréa Mosca. Just go to the website, fill out the form, and there you see the web address to check out. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.